Good afternoon and welcome back then to WRC. We are here now for the 2 p.m. social. This is the Brazilian Grand Prix. My name is Jack. I'm your commentator. A pleasure to be bringing the action to you as always. And we are here, as I say, in Interlagos, Brazil for the Brazilian Grand Prix. 17 minutes and 35 seconds left in this qualifying session. And we've got 22 drivers taking to the track in the hunt for pole position. One of the Alpines coming out first. That is Lunar Eclipse, who will be the first driver to try and take themselves around this track for a flying lap. Bo in the chat saying, hi, go to commentary again. Thank you very much, Bo. Glad to see you in the chat. We've got Kian, Angelo, Butcher, and Marv in the chat as well. Welcoming, guys, to the Twitch chat. Kian saying, how are we, JP? Good break indeed. Planning more stuff for the 10 p.m. stream, which has now been announced then. So the 10 p.m. stream, the 4 p.m. is not happening. There will be a race, but it won't be streamed. We're having a little bit of a break in between because myself, Mikey, and Ollie are having a little bit of a staff meeting to truly plan for the 10 p.m. stream. Have a little test run, make sure that everything is working perfectly. And the 10 p.m. stream then is going to be the unveiling of the rebranding from WRC to MOR. We will go through absolutely everything. We want you guys there asking us questions, making sure that you know what's going down with the rebrand as well. So make sure you pop by at 10 p.m. UK time. You ask all your questions that you have about the rebrand. We'll be going through the lineups from the Monday to Thursday divisions. We'll also be going through the calendars for those divisions as well. We'll be talking to some of the drivers that have driven in WRC and asking their thoughts on the season ahead and on the rebrand as well. So definitely going to be a very interesting stream at 10 p.m. We'll talk more about that later. For now, Lunar Eclipse on their lap in the middle sector. Kian saying, JP, I finally got into the 1:09 9s for this track. Good stuff, Kian. That's not a bad lap time at all around Brazil. Kian, definitely his favourite track in F1. And I'm sure we will see big things from the Mercedes driver, Lunar Eclipse, round the final corner then to set the first lap time of this session. Alexander saying, JP, remember Kian podium equals 50 roses. So a bit of pressure on Kian's shoulders as across the line then comes Lunar Eclipse, and it's a 1:10.0. We will still have more drivers to cross the line as we make our way through this session. Stu's coming through the first couple of corners. We'll go on then with Bat Owl, who is just coming through the middle sector. The McLaren driver, one of the newer drivers to WRC, looking to try and break into the top 10 is Brazil, the track they do it at. Kian saying this is by far my favourite track. So many good wishes, Kian. Hopefully you will get that long-awaited podium. We're on board with Bat Owl then as he comes towards the line. The McLaren driver burning the battery, and the McLaren goes into 7th with a 1:11.5 as Matt Connor, the first man to get into the 1:09 9s. So 1:09.2 for the Ferrari driver. Good lap for Matt Connor. Stygian, I'm going to pronounce that as, gets into the 1:09 9s as well. Sean now goes, and look at all of them in the 1:09.2s. Very close in the early stages of this qualifying session. Up and down the grid, no matter where you look. Everybody very closely contested. Bo Master has invalidated their lap. Ryan De Star now comes through the final corner. Harco Bandit has aborted his lap. So we stick with Ryan then as he makes his way towards the line. We know Ryan can be quick. And Ryan crosses the line, goes into 10th. Stu crosses the line, has invalidated his lap. We've got Up the Gunners on a lap. We've got Ian who's invalidated. Harco Bandit aborted his lap. Fabian Best going on to his lap. But this is the man that we all want to see. TTV Kian hunting his first podium in WRC. Has only got today to do it, as tomorrow we transform into MOR. So can TTV Kian try and get his long-awaited podium, or will he have to wait to MOR to get that podium finish. The Mercedes man through the first sector. He now comes. It's an 18-3 for TTV Kian. Whoever that is that's just commented about the commentating, please don't spread hate on other commentators here. I will not be reading comments like that. It's completely unnecessary. Everyone that does the commentary, it's a brave thing to do commentary, especially for a league like WRC. It takes a lot of courage, and he did a very good job. As Kian comes through the middle sector, then the Mercedes man makes his way through the infield at Interlagos. And can Kian finally get this podium? He has waited so long. Tennis Pro asking, where do you think I will finish today, JP? A good question. Tennis Pro currently in P6. I would honestly have you on for a top 5 finish, Tennis. That would be my prediction. I would say 5th as Kian goes into 10th then with a 1 minute 10.4 for the Mercedes driver. If you are looking to join the league, I will send the link to our website in the TikTok chat. Copy and paste the browser link into your favorite web browser. You can use Google Chrome, Firefox, whatever it may be. As Stygian, as again I'm going to pronounce that, it's probably wrong, goes to the top with a 1 minute 8.7. We have broken into the 1 minute 8s then. Sean is right there with him. Mikey on his outlap. We've got Bo Master, Ian, up the Gunners, Stu on laps as well. Up the Gunners will be the first to set a competitive lap time. Goes to P4 with a 1 minute 9.6. Stu now around the final corner and down the main straight. What can he do in the Haas car? His teammate currently P17. Stu goes into P16. Bo Master now coming towards the line for Aston Martin. What lap time can they conjure up across the line? Goes P7. So good lap from the Aston Martin. F1 Mikey boy now makes his way onto his first lap of this qualifying session. The Ferrari driver, his teammate currently in P3. I always say it, rule number 1 of Formula 1 is to beat your teammate. And he has got a big job ahead of him if he is to beat Matt Connor's lap time. Butcher saying, I bet I'm going to get the pit lane glitch again. Happened in 3 out of 6 races this week. What is the pit lane glitch, Butcher? I can't say I've ever heard of that. As we move on with F1 Mikey boy through the infield then. And the Ferrari driver pushing onwards in this session. Ferrari, we know, are normally quite quick in qualifying, especially around tracks like Brazil. Butcher saying you go in the box and you don't move out for 140 seconds. My word, hopefully that happens to no one in this session today. As Mikey then towards the main straight. What does the Ferrari have to offer us? Little bit of traffic as someone goes through one of the straight mode boards. I believe that was. To the line comes Mikey. He does beat his teammate. It's a 1 minute 9 flat. 0.03 of a second off of getting into the 1 minute 8s. Mikey definitely in the fight for this pole position. Lunar Eclipse has gone into P5 for Alpine. Great lap from the Alpine driver. We've got TG Skill Issue, who is in 10th. Tennis is currently in 11th. Butcher is in 12th. And I believe is just embarking on a lap, if I am not mistaken. We'll see if he uses the battery. He is out on a lap now then. Ryan De Star also on a lap. We've got Kian, who has invalidated his lap. Maximizer looks to be on a lap as well for Cadillac. So many drivers trying to improve. Batal comes across the line after invalidating his lap and will not improve, of course. DK Rambo currently in 21st on a lap for Haas, as is Harco Bandit, who's currently all the way in 22nd. Alessandro saying, will the cars in the championships have equal performances? They all will, apart from the Thursday division, which is our realistic performance division. So definitely keep your eyes on that. Scooters saying, I wish I had the courage to do comms. It's a brave thing to do to step out of your comfort zone. Most certainly. I mean, especially, you know, you think streaming for WRC, there's sometimes we're streaming to 2,000 people on TikTok. That doesn't include Twitch viewers either. It's a lot of people to be putting your voice out on, and, you know, you're going to make mistakes when you're commentating, just like I have. You know, I've been doing this for 5 years. I still make mistakes in every single stream. You've just got to own it. Do you know what I mean? And Scooters, I'm sure you would be a brilliant commentator. if you were to get involved. Do you know what I mean? It's a brave thing to do. It's a fun thing to do. And whoever does step into the commentary booth, I have big respect for, because it is a very big thing to do. As I say, you're putting your voice out to thousands of people per stream. Alessandro saying, if the Thursday division has realistic performances, how will the cars be assigned? It basically is assigned on pace. So all these social races, we look at everyone's pace, and whoever is signed up for the Thursday division, it will basically be fastest guys in the slower cars, slower guys in the faster cars, if that makes sense. So it's all nice and equal in a way, and all the drivers have a fair chance of winning. Sean then, round the final corner. He is looking to try and get himself into provisional pole. He currently is in second place. Needs about a tenth of improvement. Can the Cadillac driver take provisional pole? No, he can't. He finishes the lap down. The McLaren currently on provisional pole position. Invalidated their lap. We'll be going for another one now then. Lunar Eclipse saying, I'm hopefully going to start commentary soon since I've been on injections and I'm starting to not mind. Congratulations with that, Luna. I hope that goes well for you, my friend. And I do always say it, and I don't say it in a means to be big-headed or anything. If you do need any tips or advice, I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying I'm the person that you should come to tips for. But if you would like any advice or anything, feel free to give me a message. My TikTok is JackPatientComms. If you'd like any tips or tricks or anything like that, feel free to shoot me a message. As the McLaren then, through the middle sector, is trying to get through on the main straight. Through the middle sector we go with the McLaren. And when we make our way to the main straight, hopefully, for the McLaren, it is going to be lap time improvement. Lunar Eclipse saying, you're one of the best commentators I know, along with JP. Well, both WRC commentators. Would you believe it if I told you I am JP? The McLaren then makes his way down the main straight. Is it going to be improvement for the McLaren? He comes to the line now. It is improvement for him. A 1:08.6 for the McLaren. And he moves even further away from provisional pole. Sean in second place. He's on another lap though, and it's a 10th up through the first sector. 5 minutes and 20 seconds left in qualifying, and the battle is on for pole here in Brazil. But no, Lunar Eclipse, I do appreciate the compliment. Thank you very much. And as I say, if you need any tips or anything, do feel free to let me know. Commentary, it's a big thing. I'm personally very passionate about it. I've always really enjoyed commentating. And I hope you enjoy it as much as I do, because it is very fun being able to interact with people and bring the action to the viewing audience at home. Damon saying I'm dead last. Not to worry, Damon. Don't worry. It will come. Don't you worry. The practice will make perfect. Trust me. As Sean now crosses the line, then improves by 61 hundredths, but cannot get onto provisional pole position. Is about 2/10 off of the McLaren. As someone saying, is there social races done after today? No, there is a social race at 6 p.m. and a social race at 8 p.m, which I'm sure you will have the joy of knowing that I'm commentating both of them. So I'll be back with you at 6 and at 8. The races at 4 and 10 have been cancelled. However, I believe the social races will still be run. They're just not going to be streamed. Oh, Master has gone into P5 then. Good lap from the Aston Martin. Getting right up with the Ferraris. Shaggy currently in P7. We've got Lunar Eclipse in P8 as well. Kian saying, Bat, stick with it, Pallet will come. Practice and practice, stick with it and you'll improve. And Kian is truly the embodiment of that, to be completely honest. Alessandro saying, I've signed up for the Thursday division, but I don't have my setup ready to play these social races. Well, that's not a problem at all. Season 5 begins in, I want to say, 2 weeks' time, if I'm not mistaken. So you've got plenty of time to get everything set up and ready and do some practice in the social races as well. Someone saying, I'm so bad. Currently P11. Ryan DeStar is the man. Currently in P11. That's not a bad result at all, Ryan. You're on the fringes of the top 10. Alexander saying, I'm bored, here's some gifts. Why is gifting suspended? I believe it sometimes does do that, Alexander. It suspends it for the first part of a stream and doesn't want people to gift. And then about halfway through it, eventually decides that it is okay. No clue why, but God knows. Ask TikTok officials, put it that way. Alessandro saying, you look at the pace in the social races. Exactly that. So we look at the pace in the social races. If people can't do social races or haven't signed up in time or anything, we'll ask probably for a few time trial laps or something like that. The lineups can change mid-season as well. So let's say, Alessandro, you're absolutely rapid and we put you in a McLaren because we don't know what your pace is, and you go and win the first race by 30 seconds, we then can move you down to make it more fair, let's say. We're in crunch time then. Here in qualifying, Kian's saying, I can't believe how much improvement I'm making. It is absolutely brilliant, Kian, and great to see you flying along in WRC. Ian making his way round the final corner on his latest lap. Where can the Williams driver go? He crosses the line, goes P6. And cuts turn 1. Then F1 Mikey Boy on his lap. We've got the McLaren on his lap as well. And qualifying now reaching its peak then here in Brazil. It is very, very close. No problem, Alessandro. Always a pleasure, my friend. If you've got any more questions, feel free to ask in the chat down below. McLaren pushing on then. We're on board with the McLaren driver of Stygian. Through the middle sector we go. You'll see the middle sector split pop up now. 13 milliseconds up through the middle sector. So it could be improvement for the McLaren, who's already on provisional pole position. Is he able to get himself further away from Sean, who will have the right of reply, as will F1 Mikey Boy. He can't improve on his lap. Lost time in the final sector. Sean in second place. Looks to be on a lap as well. So can the Cadillac try and get to him? Actually, no, it doesn't look like Sean's on a lap. Looks like he's having another preparation lap. So F1 Mikey Boy crosses the line to start his lap. Matt Connor is on a lap. Up the Gunners. Looks like he's on a lap as well. So we'll stick with the Audi driver, who will be the next of the top 5 to set a competitive lap time. Ian's session is done. Qualifying is now over. So these are the laps that are going to matter. Sean comes into the pit lane. He will not get a better lap time in this session. Up the Gunners. Towards the line comes the Audi driver. Can he improve? No, he can't. 4 tenths down at the end of his lap. F1 Mikey Boy through the middle sector, along with his teammate Matt Connor. It'll be Matt that sets the first lap time. Is he able to improve in this session? TTV Kian making his way towards the line. Kian stays in 17th place. Not the result that he would have wanted, as here comes Matt Connor then. Needs 2 tenths to get to his teammate. Needs 4 tenths to get to second. Needs 6 to get to pole. Matt Connor goes ahead of his teammate just behind Sean. So what can F1 Mikey Boy do then? As he crosses the line, he can't improve and stays 4th. Ian has set his best lap time. Bo is off the road and in the grass. Shaggy goes 8th. What about Lunar Eclipse then? Weaving to the line is not going to be improvement for the Alpine driver as they stay in 9th. That is qualifying over, ladies and gentlemen. It's Stygian on pole position. Sean in second place with Matt Connor in 3rd. F1 Mikey Boy 4th with Up the Gunners in 5th place. Damon saying, I'm starting the race last. I gotta hope for a miracle. Sometimes, honestly, being in last is a gift, because all the battles and kerfuffle into turn 1, you can try and avoid it. So I wouldn't be surprised if coming out of the S's, you've made up a good few positions, my friends. Stygian on pole then in the McLaren. Lunar Eclipse saying 1 tenth between 5th and 9th, and that is how close it gets in WRC. Kian's saying he got held up on his lap, and that's why he didn't improve. Harko's saying he wasted 1.5 seconds on understeer and invalidated his last lap. So no improvement for him then. Ladies and gentlemen, we have got a brilliant race coming up for you. The Brazilian Grand Prix is up next. Welcome back to the action then, ladies and gentlemen, here in Interlagos, and we're on the formation lap for the Brazilian Grand Prix. It's Stygian that will get away from pole position. Sean in second place with Matt Connor running in third. F1 Mikey Boy is fourth with Up the Gunners in fifth. Ian sixth with Bo Master in seventh. Shaggy eighth. Lunar Eclipse in ninth. And Butcher in 10th place. In terms of strategy, it looks like the hard is the favoured compound. A lot of drivers on the mediums as well. And then skill issue starting on the softs, which is definitely going to be an interesting strategy. As the tyre wear here, not ideal. Up the Gunners saying could have gone P2 if I didn't snap. Up the Gunners starting this race from P5. Believes he has the pace though to potentially go on and win this race. Butcher saying he bottled the ERS and lost 5/10. I'm hearing a lot of excuses here from drivers in the chat. And we will see what happens in this Grand Prix then. No excuses when it comes to Grand Prix racing. It'll be McLaren from Cadillac. The two Ferraris sharing the second row. Mikey and Matt Connor. Both of these two very good friends off the track. Will they be helping each other on the track here today? Mikey starting behind his teammate. Ferrari man would not have wanted that. We're expecting a one-stop strategy in this race. Alexander saying could have gone pole if I was in the race, had the Mercedes W10 and everyone crashed. Exactly that, my friend. As we get lined up on the grid then, and all that's left to do is wait for the lights. The engines roar to life then here in Interlagos. A lot of drive-through penalties and we can go racing here in Brazil for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Look at the start from Up the Gunners. One of the men with the drive-through penalties. Stygian gets away well then from pole position. Two drivers with drive-through. That is Up the Gunners, and Bo Master. Currently, they're in second and third. Sean in fourth place, looking to try and take the position away from the pair of them. Down the inside and runs very wide off the road, as does the Audi car, as Matt Connor all over the curb off the road. Goes Up the Gunners. Mikey gets back up into fourth then. But Sean running very deep, trying to overtake one of the cars that really wouldn't be challenging him in this race. And Sean now down to fifth place. He finally gets past Up the Gunners. But a terrible start for Sean in the Cadillac as Up the Gunners makes a dive bomb back down the inside and takes the position. Matt Connors goes through on Bo and up into second place. Matt Connor trying to chase down the McLaren as there's been a crash there. And it's Sean who is into the wall and out of the Grand Prix. We've got many people going wide. Maximizer and Stu involved as well. Sean heavily into the barriers at the final corner as we end lap 1 and go on to lap 2. Chaos on the opening lap of the Brazilian Grand Prix. It's Stygian that leads from Matt Connor in second place. F1 Mikey Boy running in third. Lunar Eclipse already up to fourth place. Great start from the Alpine driver. Skill issue in fifth on the soft compound tyres. Ayan running in sixth. Ran a little bit wide through there. Sean saying it was shocking and is the only man out of this Grand Prix so far. Stu has had a moment on the run to Decina de Largo as we have got a virtual safety car, and that is a car round its TG skill issue, who is going to fall down to, is it 8th place or is it 9th? Is he going to let the Mercedes back through? It doesn't look like it. So 8th place then for skill issue. After that moment in the middle sector, it's Stygian that leads in the McLaren. Matt Connor in second place with F1 Mikey Boy running in third then. Up the Gunners saying he was rear-ended. He was involved in the contact with Sean. Sean saying that he got hit. Up the Gunners saying that he got hit. We've got two very conflicting stories here. As Matt Connor sets after Stygian then. F1 Mikey Boy just a little bit behind this fight. Didn't get the best VSC restart in the world. Maximizer gets a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And Lunar Eclipse in fourth. What a start from Lunar Eclipse. We'll look at the position change. Up 5 places is the Alpine driver. We've got Harco Bandit up 9 as Lunar goes very wide there. Maximizer retires in the pit lane from this race. Is in behind. Ayan and Shaggy fight away. Shaggy up into 5th place on the medium compound tyres. And now will be the car trying to chase down Lunar. F1 Mikey Boy not able to get into the overtake boost of Matt Connor, who is really on the back of the McLaren now then. And Matt Connor looking to try and keep tabs with Stygian in the lead and potentially take home a famous Ferrari victory. We're already moving to lap 4 of 36 of this Grand Prix. And at the moment, it is McLaren in the lead with Stygian. Matt Connor in second place with F1 Mikey Boy in third. Matt Connor is getting a little bit dropped here, but has the overtake boost on this lap to try and get himself back into this race. As we've got a car very wide off the road. Who is that? As it's now being cleared up. And Stu already about to be lapped here. We're only 4 laps in and Stu is lapped by the McLaren driver. Definitely not the ideal start to life in the Brazilian Grand Prix. Stu has been into the pit lane and I wonder if maybe had a bit of an issue in the pit lane. Matt Connor now 1.3 seconds behind Stygian and the McLaren driver looking very comfortable out in front. Matt Connor and F1 Mikey Boy, a Ferrari 2-3. The gap to Mikey about 1.2 seconds for Matt Connor. The gap to the lead about 1.5 seconds for Matt Connor. Lunar Eclipse still running in 4th. Shaggy in 5th place in the overtake boost and challenging away with the Alpine driver. We've got Ryan De Star on the back of Ayan. Skill issue on the back of Ryan. Harco on the back of skill issue. And I can imagine those soft tyres on that Williams car aren't going to last very long as Ryan De Star and Ayan do battle through turn 1 and 2. That's surely going to come to contact. It is going to come to contact. And Ryan De Star off the road then rejoins in 10th place. May become 11th as TTV Kian is right on the back of him. Good start for Kian to get up into 11th place. Mercedes driver not able to improve. Is that Harco Bandit that resets the track but was backwards out of Decina de Largo? And now down to 15th place is the Mercedes man. Also has big front wing damage as well as Bat Owl is already up to 14th place from the back of the grid. Great opening phase of this race for the McLaren driver. is out in front. Matt Connor losing a bit of time to F1 Mikey Boy and to Stygian. The gap now 2.2 seconds. Matt Connor falling into the fringes of his teammate. Yellow flags are out, but they quickly get cleared up then. Lap 6 of 36. 30 laps to go of this Brazilian Grand Prix. It's McLaren from Ferrari And F1 Mikey Boy now in the overtake boost of his teammate. Luna still running in 4th and is gaining on F1 Mikey Boy. So Luna may be looking for a podium in this race. Skill issue in 7th behind his teammate Ian. Started on the soft compound tyres. Did get a good getaway. But now those tyres are going to start costing him a lot of time as they wear down very, very quickly. Harco Bandit battling away with Batal. Batal with a lovely switchback on the Mercedes man. And Batal through then into 14th place one more, but has run out of battery. Harco Bandit has got 40% in that battery pack, but with the damage, is going to find it hard in this race to try and make any more moves. Batal will be gaining away from the Mercedes-Benz behind him. Closest battle on track at the minute is the one we are on board with. Harco versus Bat. This is the fight for 14th place as the McLaren driver steps out of the final corner. Does not have much battery though, and Harco might be looming in for an overtake as Batal has ran out of battery. Skill issue comes into the pit lane and the Mercedes breezes past the McLaren with the extra battery power up into 13th place. But with that damage, I'm sure Batal will come back at him. F1 Mikey Boy still on the fringes of Matt Connor. The gap now 3 seconds from P1 to P2. McLaren from Ferrari. Stygian versus Matt Connor. Mikey gains a little bit, then loses a little bit in the middle sector, it would seem. But he does look quicker through the slower corners, does Mikey. The league owner looking to try and take second place, saving his battery in the final sector. Matt Connor losing time here as we make our way down the main straight to begin lap 8. Doesn't look like we'll see anyone in the pit lane yet. I believe this is meant to be a one-stop race from what we saw on the formation lap as Ryan and TG Rob now scrap away. Less battery for Ryan, but overtake boost and slipstream for Ryan as well. Can the RB get himself into 7th place? He cannot, as Fabian Best and TTV Kian fight away for 9th place. Kian, lovely move down the inside, but Fabian with more battery is going to fight this away, and I don't think the Mercedes stands much chance here to defend without battery. He does about all that he can, swerves to the inside line, brakes later. I really didn't think Kian would be able to defend this, but he most certainly has. Great defensive driving from Kian as Fabian has to get out of the throttle, and Kian remains in 9th place. Stark defense from the Mercedes to keep 9th place. Absolutely brilliant racing. Butcher also involved in this fight as well. And these three drivers scrapping for 9th, 10th, and 11th place. We've got a yellow flag for Bo Master, who is currently in 19th. Picked up that drive-through penalty on the opening lap, as into the back of Fabian goes Butcher. And that is going to compromise the pair of them. Kian will get away. Has to use a bit of overtake though, because Fabian is gaining. Towards turn 1 we go. Fabian once again with the battery advantage as Bo is off the road and is in the barriers. It would look like the Aston Martin driver struggling in this race. Kian has stayed ahead of Fabian. Is there any damage for Bo? It does not look like it, so they will continue on in this race as Fabian is still gaining on Kian. Butcher gaining on Fabian. Towards the Sena de Lago we go. It's Fabian that runs very, very, very wide, and when he comes back on, Butcher is ahead and in 10th place. Kian, brilliant defending so far as Harco Bandit is scraping down the wall and through the brake marker boards, and we have got another virtual safety car deployed in this race. Harco Bandit with no front wing as well, and the full safety car is deployed then in this race. And that is going to bring the gaps a lot closer. Stygian coming into the pit lane. Mikey got ahead of Matt Connor while we were watching the Kian and Butcher battle. So the Ferraris have swapped places then. And Mikey boy gets the 10-second penalty. And that is really going to compromise his race. The Ferrari man, who at the safety car restart will be looking to take the lead from Stygian. Ian stays out and takes second place. TG Rob stays out and takes third. Up the Gunners saying Harco Bandit is driving dodgy. Alexander saying, hold on, does Kian have a child? He most certainly does. He's got a little man that helps him race along in these races. Kian currently in 11th place, will emerge in 11th as he comes out of the pit lane. Sean saying, since joining WRC, I've enjoyed listening along to the comms. You are probably the best commentator. I really do appreciate that, Sean. Thank you very much, my friend. That does mean a lot. Very glad that you enjoy watching the streams and listen to the commentary. That's what I'm here for. Do you know what I mean? Stygian is leading this race then. We're under the safety car after Harco Bandit swiped off his front wing down towards Ticino de Largo. Harco will come out in 17th place. And the Mercedes man looking to try and make somewhat of a recovery in this session. Crambo in 18th. Sean saying, especially when you called my Japan win, that felt good. I'm glad I did the moment justice, Sean. That is what I'm here to do, is try and give everyone some good memories of their races. I'm glad that was the case for you, my friend. Harco saying, this is kind of on me. Lock up because I forgot wing damage and crashed. So Harco Bandit not enjoying that Mercedes car today. Up the Gunners saying, could you watch the back more because it's getting heated. I have been looking a lot at the battles as Mikey comes into the pit lane to serve his 10-second. That is probably the smart thing to do. I have been watching the fight with, who is it, Kian, Fabian and Butcher. Butcher has stayed out to take 4th place then. Sean saying, still a bit bummed about Silverstone. It was a great race at Silverstone that we witnessed. Who was even in that fight? It was you. There was BP Ace involved. Ollie Football. I want to say, was Solar there? I don't think Solar was there. There were a lot of very quick drivers fighting away at the front of the field. Louis was there as well. I do remember that. Absolutely incredible race. Kian very happy with his race so far. In 10th place at the moment on brand new tyres as well. Is running a net P7. When Ian, TG Rob and Butcher come into the pit lane. Sean saying, me, Sander, BP, Ollie and Louis. That was an incredible fight. Definitely didn't do my voice box any good, but it was an incredible fight, I'll tell you that much. As we will stay under the safety car then, I would imagine, for one more lap. Gersey saying we need to make it a habit to let lap cars pass the safety car so they can continue to race. If the lap cars were to overtake the safety car, they'd get disqualified, Gersey. Unfortunately, that's not a thing in the Formula 1 game. As TG Rob now comes into the pit lane then, so that is going to promote everyone up a place. Butcher to 3rd, Matt Connor to 4th, Lunar Eclipse to 5th. DTV Kian now running in 9th. Lunar Eclipse saying, I had a chance at P1 till Matt had to break rules. What rules did Matt break? Lunar Eclipse. What happened there? I can't say I saw Matt Connor do anything that was against the letter of the law. Safety car, I would imagine, will be in this lap. Lunar Eclipse saying he held me up into the pit to not double stack. I think that is pretty common, to be honest, in F1 League Racing. There isn't really any policing system about how slow you can go. It's just how fast you can go. In real life, that would have been a penalty. But in F1 League Racing, is that someone round there? That's Harco Bandit, who has lost positions and gone round under the safety car. He takes the positions back again. There's a bit of a kerfuffle goes on under the safety car, but we should be racing this lap then. As the safety car is in this lap. Mikey in 16th will be looking for the comeback. Butcher saying he needs to pray for a late safety car or he's cooked. As it will be the McLaren of Stygian then on the fresh tyres. He's then got 2 cars behind him on older tyres. So Stygian in a very good place in this race. When does the McLaren decide to go? It's a long way down to turn 1. And he's gone now then, and he has caught Ian off guard. A lot of people getting penalties as well. As F1 Mikey Boy gets a 10-second penalty again, this time for a collision with DK Rambo. As Mikey comes into the pit lane to serve that penalty again. And Mikey retiring from the session. You definitely can't blame him after that. As Stygian leads this race then. As down towards the Sena del Lago we go. Lunar Eclipse and Butcher fighting away. Lunar gets into 4th place. Butcher will try and fight this back, but isn't able to make the move as Matt Connor gets through on Ian and up into 2nd place. The Ferrari driver back into 2nd, looking to try and get himself into the fight for the lead and the win of the Brazilian Grand Prix. Tennis has left the session as well. 1.1 seconds. The gap is out in front, as in the mid-pack. We're all scrapping away then for the crumbs of points. Kian currently running in 8th. Is sat behind us off the road there. That is Lunar Eclipse. As we've now got another full safety car deployed in this race. Lunar Eclipse with no front wing. I believe it was Ian off the road as well that got damaged. Long neck, I think, might have been with them too. Big contact into the final corner. Luna diving into the pit lane then and retiring from the race. That was absolutely crazy stuff in the opening scenes of this race. Tennis asking for an invite back into the session. Let's get him back in. Where is Tennis? There he is. And the safety car redeployed after only, well, about 2/3 of the lap through after the safety car had came in. Stygian continues to lead then. Matt Connor in 2nd. It's Shaggy in 3rd with skill issue in 4th place. TTV Kian up to 5th place in this race. Looking for the podium. If you are unaware, me and Kian have a little bit of a bet that if he finishes on the podium today, I will have to do an ice bath. Bit random, but that is our bet. And Kian, currently running in 5th, could be on for a podium here in Brazil. He's on the 4-lap old hards, which is practically the same as everyone. And Kian, a window has opened up here for the Mercedes driver to potentially take a maiden podium in WRC. He says this is his favourite track by far. And it's no wonder this is his favourite track. Griff in the chat as well. Welcome in, Griff. Good to see you, my friend, in the TikTok. Dennis saying, how do I race as myself again? Take control of your car. As Stu now leaves the session, he is the latest retiree in this race. Luna needs an invite back. Let's get you back into the session, Luna. Oh, my stick drift going crazy. You love to see it. Where is Luna on my friends list then? I can't see you in my friends list, Luna. Maybe I don't have you added. Message me message me. Add me on EA. I've just sent my EA in the chat. As we got into broadcast mode under the safety car. What is that? Yeah, we went into broadcast mode, I think, and that has caused chaos. What is happening in this race? We've gone into broadcast mode. So we're moving through the laps then. I've never been more confused in my life, to be completely honest. We never have broadcast mode. It's now trying to tell me that Kian is leading the race. I'm so incredibly confused. Now it's telling me TG is leading the race. What is happening? What the what is happening? So we're under the broadcast safety car. All of the positions have just randomly changed. We've got people picking up 10-second penalties under the broadcast safety car as well. What is happening? When will the safety car be in? I'm assuming this lap. So I'm really sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what is going on here. The safety car, is it staying out? We don't know. We know we're on lap 16. We're now just looking at a patch of grass and a bit of racetrack. We can't see any of the cars. Harco's got a drive-through penalty. We've got 10 seconds up and down the grid. Okay, we're back with the cars then. For some reason, it's now telling me that TG Skill Issue is leading the race. I can assure you he was not. Shaggy was in 3rd and is now in 15th. Kian was 6th and is now 2nd. Stygian was leading the race and is now 4th. The safety car is still staying out as well. It should be in this lap, we assume. I do apologize to everyone. This is very confusing. I've never seen this before on the F1 game. I've seen the broadcast safety car. I've never seen it glitch around races like this. Harco saying the broadcast safety car gave him a drive-through penalty. The safety car has stayed out again. Apparently one of the Red Bulls is trying to catch up. The Red Bulls are in 6th and 7th, though. Griff saying, JP, what have you done? I've not done anything. This ain't my fault. I don't think it's one of the Red Bulls catching up. think I can see both Red Bulls in the pack. I am messaging Mikey. He says a Red Bull is catching up. It will be in this or next lap. As now we are moving to lap 19 then. Or, well, it said lap 19. We're on board with the safety car. So what's going on then? Are we taking... Yes, we're taking control again. We are back. I can't stop spectating Shaggy. What's going on? Okay, we're back. Kian's leading the race. The safety car is in. Chaos has ensued. What is happening? We start lap 20 then, I guess. Harco's leading. We'll get the penalties up. Did anyone come into the pit lane under that? It doesn't seem like it. Harco's got a drive-through penalty. TTV Kian is leading the Brazilian Grand Prix. What is happening in Brazil? Chaos under the safety car. What am I watching? TTV Kian is in the net lead of the Brazilian Grand Prix. Stygian trying to fight him round the outside. Isn't able to get through. This is going to be Kian's biggest challenger. The McLaren driver has led pretty much all race long. This is incredibly confusing. Kian now falls down to 4th. We've got cars off the road. We've got lapped, ghosted cars fighting away everywhere as well. We've got everyone. So the top 5 can all fight away. And then from 6th to 17th, everyone is a lap down. Ladies and gentlemen, I do think we are going to have to cancel this event. I do apologize to everyone who is tuned in expecting a brilliant race. It was a fantastic Grand Prix up until the EA F1 game decided to shaft itself a little bit. The stream will be ending here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much to everyone that did tune in. We'll be back with you at 6 PM as Arco Bandit has gone round. Apologies to everyone that was excitedly watching this race. The servers have evidently crashed on us or something. Hopefully they will be okay by 6 PM. My name's been Jack. I've been your commentator. Thank you very much for all of you for tuning into the stream. And we will see you at 6 PM.